Hi, I'm Mary Norvell, and this is the Williams Way. We are so ready here at Williams to welcome all our students back to campus. The coronavirus we are still experiencing has made us think differently about our actions and how they affect us and others. We are different people because of it, because experiences change us. I want you to think about your time here at Williams in a similar way. How can your time at Williams change you? Let me do this by telling you about two men in the Bible. They have unusual names. Their names were Bezalel and Aholiab. You may never have heard of them before, but their story can be found in the Old Testament in the book of Exodus. Their story begins with God giving Moses the plans for building the tabernacle and everything that would be in the tabernacle, the structure itself, the furnishings, even the clothes that the priest would wear. This would be where the people of Israel would worship God, and it was a massive project. Exodus 31, verses 2 through 6 is where God encourages Moses by saying that he had prepared Bezalel and Aholiab to create and lead others to complete this massive task. God had already provided Moses with the people who he would need to carry out God's plan. These verses say that God called these men by name and gave them ability and intelligence, knowledge and craftsmanship to help in the building of the tabernacle. God specifically said these men could devise artistic design, work in gold, silver, or bronze, cut precious gems, carve wood, and work in every kind of craft. Now that's a lot of knowledge, but this didn't happen overnight. Let me tell you what we know about them. These two men were Israelites who were born in slavery in Egypt. Probably their families for generations had been slaves there. Someone, most likely an Egyptian overseer, saw their abilities and chose them to learn these skills, probably at a young age. They had to practice these crafts over and over to achieve perfection. They had to be teachable as they learned from other craftsmen and be willing to ask questions to perfect their knowledge. They were faithful to learn these skills because God had given them these abilities. They worked at these skills not knowing what the future held. In time, God told Moses to go to Egypt and free the Israelite slaves and leave Egypt. And that's where we pick up the story in Exodus. God explains to Moses that these two men would have a significant role in building the tabernacle, and these men were ready. They were ready to use their skills and abilities for God's purposes and His honor because of what they had already learned. In many ways, each of you has that same opportunity. God has a plan for your life. Ultimately, I think God's plan is for you to know and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. But God has other plans for you as well. It may not be evident to you now. It may be something in the future that God has that He wants you to accomplish or someone He wants you to influence. But what you do now is preparing you for that future. You are not at Williams University by mistake. I guarantee you that being here is part of God's plan for you. Not only does God have a plan for you, He has created you with ability and intelligence. Many of you are coming here to WBU not knowing what you want to do or become, and that is perfectly okay. Your time at Williams is a wonderful opportunity to find out your abilities and strengths. If you think you do know your strengths and abilities, then it's a time to grow and learn. Be teachable. See every assignment, quiz, exam, student activity, or athletic event even as an opportunity to learn and to grow. Ask questions, seek answers. Get to know all of our faculty and staff. We have some wonderful people here on campus who would love to get to know you and help you find answers to your questions. Just as Bezalel and Aholiab had no idea what their future held, you don't know what plans God has for your future. But I can assure you that with God there is no wasted experience, no wasted knowledge or no wasted skill. If you will let Him, God will use you, and I know when that time comes, you will want to be ready. So again, I want to say, get ready to come back in August. I can't wait to see you and what God will do in your life while you're here.